mark. Very quiet, please. And set. Set. And action.
My name is Billy Burke, and I play Charlie Swan. Hey, I dig playing this guy. There's not a lot of real similarities between Charlie Swan and myself as a real human being.
About an hour.
Well done, Chief.
But I like him. Makes me laugh. Even though, you know, he shouldn't sometimes.
Well, Charlie's a really normal guy. He's like, you know, he's Joe Schmo in the best way, and is really not down with having things happening to his daughter that he doesn't know about, and so he's incredibly protective and at the same time much happier living in blissful ignorance.
Yeah, I'm gathering that. I've told the story a couple of times, but it's worth telling again, I guess. We had never met before the first movie, and we were on the same flight coming up to shoot. That one was done in Portland, and I saw her sitting in a couple seats ahead of me, and I recognized her, and I was like, oh well, maybe I should just go say hi. I just tapped her on the shoulder and I said, hi, I'm your dad. And that didn't work as well as I thought it would in terms of humor and hey, get it? She just sort of turned around and was shocked to see a goofy looking dude with long hair and facial hair staring at her on a plane. And then she got it.
It's kind of weird. But yeah, I love Billy. He's awesome.
Oh, you want it? When Chris and I first met, the relationship was much like it was on screen. But they've grown a lot of mutual respect for each other, and as we've grown to know each other, that sort of lent itself very well to Charlie and Bella's relationship sort of growing as well. You're not in Phoenix anymore, Bells.
I started this whole thing when I was really young. I was 17. You form special dynamics with actors on one movie, and you look forward to having scenes with them. You go back to them, and you go, oh, wow, those were some of the best scenes in that movie, and me and Billy get to go back and do it again and again, and both to act them and to just watch them when they come up in the movie. It feels so very much like home.
Happy birthday.
In a story where my character is actually pretty disconnected from her family most of the time, when he does come in, it reminds you, it's like, oh, Charlie. You know what I mean? It's like, how could I have forgotten about Charlie?
Well, when she first came to town, things were very sort of stayed and separated between them. Took a while for them to really sort of warm back up to each other, because prior to that, they'd not seen each other but maybe a summer or two. Now, since she's been back for a while and gone through a lot of stuff, some of which Charlie is aware of, some of which Charlie is not, but mostly he's not, which is a bit ironic because he's the chief of police.
Is that Charlie?
He's been calling twice a day.
It becomes necessary for all the people that do know, and I use the term people loosely, all the characters, creatures, they find it necessary to not only protect what they have going on, but to protect Charlie himself. But now they need to let him in on the secret. It just so happens that the way it comes about is Jacob reveals himself as a wolf in front of Charlie's eyes.
Last shirtless scene of the Twilight Saga. Jacob says, look, Charlie, there's something you need to see. He's like, okay. Jacob starts taking off his clothes, which was so awkward.
What the hell are you doing?
You don't live in the world you think you do. And Charlie's like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Put your clothes back on, boy. And all of a sudden, Jacob takes his clothes off and transforms into a giant werewolf. And this is the first time Charlie learns anything about any of this supernatural stuff going on. It was a really funny scene to shoot. I mean, Billy Burke is hilarious. So that was a hard scene to keep a straight face.
Hey, on the mark. And action.
Charlie is told that Bella and Edward have adopted a child, May, and recognizes immediately that there's something not only unique and perhaps weird about her, but also recognizes that She has a lot of similarities to his daughter.
She's got your eyes, Bella.
And I think he pieces it together very quickly that that kid might have some of his own blood.
So when he first finds out about the fact that Jacob turns into a wolf and there's something a little off about his kid now, and the fact that my adopted daughter looks just like me, all of those things are easy for him to stomach if he just kind of pretends like as long as everyone's happy, then I'm just not gonna ask questions.
Need to know, I guess.
He's told it's for her own good and for his own good, and for the common good, and so he has no choice but to believe that.
And that's how they live, and it's actually really sweet the way they find that balance, because it's not easy for him. He's definitely making, you know, it's hard for him.
Would he choose for this to happen in his list of things that he'd love to happen in his life? No. But he realizes that his daughter is her own person, and she's going to do what she's going to do, and she's got to follow her heart. And as a father, he's got to respect that.
Set. Cut. And action.
Get over here. Oh, look at you. Wow. You've grown half a foot. Seriously, like 6 inches.
Come on inside, lunch is on the table.
We got a tree to decorate, huh?
Sue Clearwater is Harry Clearwater's widow and the mother of Seth and Leah Clearwater, who are in the wolf pack. She's very good friends with Charlie and developing sort of a romantic attraction for Charlie.
I'm so glad Charlie found somebody to take care of him.
Lonely souls tend to find each other, and when she loses her husband, I think her lonely heart opens up. Charlie's been lonely for a long time, and I think that the universe has a way of bringing those kinds of people together, and that's kind of what's happening here.
She's able to be there for him and to understand what's going on, even when he doesn't understand.
Just like with Bella and Edward, you can't stop the heart, and sometimes it's gonna piss some people off. I know of no one who has ever let anything get in their way if they really want something or someone.
Woman knows her trout.
I've kind of always played characters that are somewhat older than myself because I've never really been my age. When I was 24, I always played older. So I'm comfortable with that. It's cool. That means that somehow I have an intrinsic maturity about me, right?
All right, here we go. Stand by.
It seems to me that Charlie's the only touchstone to the real world. He is the only thing that, as far as I can see, that keeps the body of characters grounded in some sort of reality.
Can I live with that? Well, I don't know, Bella. I mean, I just watched a kid I've known his entire life turn into a very large dog. My daughter looks like my daughter, but doesn't.
You got people running fast, jumping high, and flying all over the place. It's nice to have somebody who lives in the real world that we can all relate to. And it makes it great for me because it's the departure from the rest of all that business. It helps me every day just come here and go, all right, I don't have to get on strings and do all that stuff. I just get to be Charlie.
Holy shit!
And cut.
I've had a great run. This is, like I said, I like playing this guy. If there were more books, I'd probably be coming back to play Charlie again and again. But all beautiful things must come to an end. And all I can do is look back on it as you know, having a good time and getting to be what is really a part of Hollywood history.